Good morning, Miss Vita and all my friends. Today I will present a few words about a topic that we often hear. It is about punishment for students and its relation to the millennial generation. When we hear the word punishment, what is on our mind? Most of us immediately think of punishment at school. Punishment is a form of procedure or action given to individuals or groups for mistakes, violations, or crimes that have been committed. The term punishments come from Latin, namely punire, which means to punish someone for being guilty, committing a crime or offense in terms of reward and punishment. Through punishment, it is hoped that a person or group who make a mistakes can realize that actions so that they become more careful in taking an action. For example, when we were still in school, we often encountered someone who was punished by the teacher for not obeying the applicable rules. The punishment given vary, ranging from simple punishments such as writing a letter of agreement, cleaning the class, and punishments that are usually related to physical punishments such as push-ups, running around the field, and so on. Punishment like this has happened a long time ago. In fact, it can be said to be a tradition that has been passed down. The impression is, if you don't get physical punishment, then it is not a real punishment. For example, students are asked to run around the field 5 times if they don't do homework. Or if students fight in the class, the teacher will reprimand the student and give punishment. This is commonplace, even resulting in students becoming more disciplined and orderly in following the learning process at school. However, today's generation is certainly different from the previous generation. If a student will make a mistake, is given a consequence, he will feel annoyed and will not accept it. The student may complain to his parents, and their parents will annoyed at the student's teachers and then file a lawsuit against the police for hurting their children. For example, a teacher in NIAS received physical violence from a student's parents just because he reprimanded the student for making a mistake. Many pros and cons that arise from this. Some people argue that if children don't get harsh punishment, then they won't be deterred. Corporal punishment is normal and has a right to be carried out if their children is wrong. A punishment cannot be called a punishment if students are only asked to write 100 words or simply clean out the classroom. The teacher is allowed to pinch students if caught playing gadgets in the middle of class hours. And school also allowed to cut male students' hair that is too long if it has been worn but the students did not cut it immediately. But note that the punishment is not classified as sexual violence. Harsh punishment like this is considered a mental education for students, so that they have a strong mentality like steel. However, the cons do not to agree. Harsh punishments is sometimes good in order to make the children becoming more disciplined, but it is not always appropriate to use it. Now this generation has a different mental generation from the previous generations, whereas harsh penalties used to be commonplace, but now they are not. Various cases of violence in punishment have emerged, even causing casualties. Human rights are increasingly enforced, and various acts of human violence have stopped. This is indeed true. Violence penalties are not appropriate at this time. Violence will only cause trauma to children nowadays, not educate them. Punishment doesn't have to be violent, right? It can be then transferred to useful punishment, such as being a learning tutor for classmates. This provides benefits for students as well as for their friends. Or sports-related punishments such as push-ups, running around the court, are fine as long as they are not excessive. Teachers must be wise in providing consequence, so that students do not experience trauma but still have a deterrent effect. A punishment, if done wholeheartedly, will certainly deter students and educate them mentally. That is what I can say. I hope it will become a lesson for us all. I'm sorry if there is a wrong word that is not acceptable. Thank you so much for your attention.